How's it going? This is Michael Marco. Don't know if the name will stick, but if you read my first Reddit post, you'll notice that I had posted this talking about bods tech and the different things that I'm doing with this tub as experimental scientific research, I guess, trying to cut down colonizing times and hopefully grow bigger and better fruits. This is a coffee grounds and cocoa coir and vermiculite and gypsum substrate. We're doing bods tech, so we introduced fruiting conditions from the time we put the bulk to spawn. This is actually day number 4 since I bulked to spawn, or spawned to bulk, sorry. This is day number 4 and we're actually pretty colonized for 4 days. So bods tech makes things pretty freaking simple. So far I'm having a pretty successful grow using it on my other tub, which I'll show you later. But the experiment with this tub is, one, if you notice the color of the tub, it's this transparent light blue, and I'm hoping that will transform the color going inside the tub to a light blue, hopefully replicating what the shade light is supposed to provide for the shrooms, because supposedly they react better with blue light. So what I did with this, I'm gonna call this the lazy man's, or the lazy bods tech, the lazy dry bods tech. And the reason I say that is because the substrate mix that you see here, I didn't pasteurize it, I didn't sterilize it. The only thing I did was mix it up, and I kind of put it in layers, and on every layer I misted. And then after I got all my substrate in the tub, I misted a lot and poured some water in. Oh, and that's the other thing. The gypsum part of it, instead of mixing it in, I soaked it in water and got it to evaporate, kind of mixed it around. Evaporate, not evaporate. The word is escaping my head right now. Dissolve. Duh. Sorry, this is my first video. Nerves are a little tingly. Anyways, what I did with the gypsum is I dissolved it in water, and then I poured the water into my substrate and mixed it all around and mixed it throughout. And then I've lightly been spraying, or misting I should say, the sides for the past couple days just to get the substrate moist. What you'll notice in the substrate is it's cracking a little bit, and I'm guessing that's from it drying out. So what I am going to do today, since it's pretty well colonized, is I've been saving some more coffee grounds for the past few days, and we're gonna put a nice casing layer of coffee grounds on top, and hope we add a little bit more moisture into the tub. And these coffee grounds are actually pretty resistant to contamination. Oh, before I get any further, the reason that I am trying this dry tech, lazy dry tech, was one, because I didn't have enough time to pasteurize substrate and I needed to get my rice out of the bags. Oh, that's the other thing. I guess I should be calling it the Lazy Uncle Ben's Dry Bods Tech. Holy moly. It's just a compounding of a bunch of techs, and it's gonna make some awesome shrooms. Anyways, like I was saying about the coffee grounds, I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of experimenting with coffee grounds from my substrate, because I've been doing quite a bit of reading on how they mix it with hay to grow gourmet shrooms in big, huge bags. So I think I like the CBG substrate instead of going to a straight coffee ground and straw substrate. I'm just gonna add the coffee grounds into my existing substrate, and I'm hoping the coffee grounds will just be a little extra for the mycelium to consume. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to get this as even as possible. I'm still working on getting my substrate level. Yeah, it's like black gold going on top of this. It looks so good. I guess I should have grabbed something to be able to wipe my hands off afterwards. Oh, I can see the moisture going into this. I can already tell that this is going to be a great idea. So on my first tub, it was growing really great, and for a quick second I thought I had cobweb mold and I freaked out. So I ended up napalming the whole thing with hydrogen peroxide and dumped off all the water that was in there to kind of try to dry it out, only to later on find out that I didn't have cobweb mold and everything looked great. So after I dried it out, I ended up having to put a casing layer on it to get it to start going again. Alright, so we got a nice casing layer of coffee grounds on here. I'm gonna try to get it as level as possible. So yeah, just a few things about this that makes this tub special and unique, I think, is one, I didn't need to pressure cook anything. I want to give a huge shout out to 90-second mycology, because I've watched so many of your videos and have benefited from it, as you can see, because everything that I've done so far has come from Uncle Ben's bags. Alright, so there is our substrate now. Got a little more moisture into this tub. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that drying out problem. And I'm hoping the mycelium will be super attracted to these coffee grounds because they're nice and moist, and create a middle layer of mycelium, and then it's gonna attach to the coffee grounds, and then gigantic mushrooms are gonna come. So again, there's been no pressure cooker. As soon as I put it to substrate, it's been in fruiting conditions this whole time. I've had the lid cracked on it. I've been fanning it. And you saw what 4 days how much it colonized. So bods tech, look up on it. You basically introduce your spawn to bulk straight into fruiting conditions. It colonizes faster. Everybody says that you have to have CO2 to get it to colonize. Bullshit. You benefit from giving it fresh air. Read about bods tech. It's on shroomery.com. Everybody needs to know how easy this is. Not a single pressure cooker was used. No boiling water went into this. The only thing that I had to heat up was the coffee I used to make the grounds I put in the casing and inside the substrate. So with that, I will keep you guys updated and post another video. Oh, before I go, I wanted to show you my first experiment. These are my very first mushies ever grown. They are ape or albino penis envy. If you look at this guy, his cap is turning blue and it's getting me very excited. I don't know how big these are gonna get or how much more growing time they have, but I also have some experimental plans with this tub when I get a few flushes in. I'm planning on trying to keep the mycelium in there alive. By once I think it's done producing, I'm gonna break up the mycelium substrate and add it to more bulk mix or substrate mix and see if it recolonizes into bigger and better. So I guess I'm doing something a little different from a cloning process, as instead of keeping generations going through the clones, I'm going to keep generations going through the substrate mycelium. Anyways, I hope everyone's had a great day. Much love.